What is one common misconception that most people believe to be true, but is actually completely false? Let's think about it. Get ready to have your assumptions challenged and your knowledge expanded as we debunk common real estate misconceptions and myths. In today's episode, we're about to unveil a common misconception that has misled countless people in real estate. Believe it or not, there are many beliefs that most people consider true, but is actually completely or factually false. Hello, and greetings to those dreaming of owning a home and to experienced investors. Step into the world of Las Vegas and Henderson with me. I am Long Fan, your host for Long's Real Estate Podcast, where we'll dive deep into all things real estate. And I'm very excited to have you join me again today on our second episode. Yay! Before we proceed, I just want to say thank you so much to those who listened to our pilot episode last week. I appreciate you guys. In today's episode, we'll be discussing the top 5 common misconceptions about real estate. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer, seller, or investor, understanding these misconceptions will help you make informed decisions and navigate the real estate market with confidence. So, let's dive in. Let's begin by addressing this common misconception. Renting is equivalent to throwing money away. Many people hold the belief that renting a property is an unwise financial choice because it doesn't contribute to building equity like home ownership does. Nevertheless, this assumption does not always hold true. Renting can offer significant advantages, particularly for those who value flexibility and freedom or prefer to avoid the responsibilities of property maintenance or repairs. These considerations are entirely valid. For those who may not have a complete understanding of the concept, renting enables individuals to allocate funds towards other investments or financial goals. It's crucial to carefully evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of renting versus buying before making a decision. Let's imagine this with a simple story. Imagine you just finished college and started working in a new city like Las Vegas. Instead of quickly buying a house, you choose to rent an apartment or condo near your job. This way, you can explore the city, learn more about it, and save money for your future dream home. I've had many conversations and assisted people in this exact situation. We've been working together with folks like you until they're prepared to buy their own property. Oh, that's my takeaway cue music. My key takeaway here is that renting can be a strategic financial decision depending on your circumstances and situation, and long-term goals, of course. It's important to consider your lifestyle, financial situation, and future plans before deciding between renting and buying. Do keep in mind that when buying, I do suggest a long-term commitment, say at least 7 to 10 years. This brings us to our next misconception. Real estate investments are always profitable. Alright, let me make it clear. Real estate can make you a lot of money, but it won't make you rich overnight. In other words, while real estate can be a great way to grow your money, you won't become super rich right away. Many factors come into play, such as location, market trends, property condition, and management. That is why it is crucial to conduct thorough research, seek professional advice, and have a long-term investment strategy in place. I'll give another example for this. Let's say John. John purchased a rental property in a booming neighborhood, great area, great location, with a lot of amenities, etc. However, he didn't consider the potential maintenance costs and underestimated the competition from other landlords. As a result, John struggled to find reliable tenants and could not cover all the expenses. This can lead to a financial strain. My takeaway here is that real estate investments require careful planning, due diligence, and ongoing management. Don't fall into the trap of assuming every property will automatically generate significant returns. That is why working with experienced real estate professionals and having a solid investment strategy will increase your chances of success. Now, let's address the third misconception out of 5. The asking price is set in stone. Of course, it's important to recognize that this is a metaphor. Many buyers believe that the asking price of a property is non-negotiable, but this is not always the case. In real estate transaction, or even in any other transactions, whether be it work or personal, negotiation is a common practice, and there's usually room for discussion and potential price adjustments, mostly in a buyer's market like today. Negotiations can happen throughout a real estate transaction, from the initial offer to the request for repair, even when the appraisal does not come back at the value offered. Here's a solid example. Picture Mary, who had her heart set on a house she wanted to buy. This property had been on the market for more than 30 days. Instead of assuming that asking price was non-negotiable, Mary, along with her agent, entered into negotiations with the seller and their agent. They successfully haggled $10,000 off the home price and secured a $10,000 seller concessions, resulting in saving a total of $20,000. Additionally, following the inspection, they managed to secure credits for necessary repairs. It's essential to note that this is during a buyer's market, which is quite different from the competitive bidding war experienced back in 2020 through 2022. To be completely honest, I've assisted many people, buyers in negotiation efforts, and it's an incredibly satisfying experience to help them save money during their home search. Collaborating with an experienced agent who can advocate for you in negotiation can lead to substantial savings. The main point to remember from this discussion is that buyers should feel confident about negotiating the price of a property. So what can you do to make this happen? Start by conducting thorough market research, seek advice from your real estate agent, and put together a compelling case to support your offer. This is precisely why you collaborate with a realtor. My intention here isn't to persuade you to work with me or any specific realtor, but rather to emphasize that honing your negotiation skill can result in substantial savings or more favorable terms for buyers. And a professional realtor can play a valuable role in this process. Misconception number 4. Renting is always cheaper than buying has a connection to our first misconception. Many people assume that renting is the more affordable option because it doesn't involve the upfront cost of a big down payment or ongoing expenses of home ownership. However, this is not always the case. When comparing the cost of renting versus buying, it's essential to consider several factors. While renting may have lower upfront expenses, such as a security deposit, buying a property allows you to build equity over time and potentially benefit from property appreciation. Additionally, mortgages' monthly payment may be lower than rental prices in certain areas, making buying more cost-effective in the long run. Let's take the example of Alex and Emily. Just so you know, these are just 2 made-up names. Anyways, Alex and Emily both rent a 2-bedroom apartment in a desirable neighborhood. Their monthly rent is $1,500, and they have been renting for the past 5 years. On the other hand, their friends Mark and Sarah purchased a similar sized condominium in the same neighborhood 5 years ago. They have a fixed rate mortgage with monthly payments of $1,800. Now, here's a surprising twist. After 5 years, Alex and Emily have spent a total of $90,000 on rent, while Mark and Sarah have paid $108,000 towards their mortgage. However, Mark and Sarah have built equity and have the potential to recoup their investment if they choose to sell the property in the future. So what does this mean? This example highlights that while renting may seem cheaper in the short term, buying can offer long-term financial benefits. But like what I said earlier, it's important to consider your lifestyle, financial situation, and future plans before deciding between renting and buying. And now, finally, we are down to our last and fifth misconception. Real estate agents are just out to make a quick buck. It's sometimes saddening to see this stereotype, as it invalidates the integrity and dedication of real estate professionals. I think I am so lucky to work with a ton of clients who value my work and service. But of course, somewhere, there are still some people who believe that agents are solely motivated by their commission and may not have their clients' best interests at heart. However, this generalization is far, far from the truth. Here's why. As a real estate agent myself, I want to shed light on the reality of a profession. Ethical real estate agents are driven by more than just financial gain. The foundation of our work lies in building relationships, providing expert guidance, and ensuring our client satisfaction. Our goal is to help buyers, relocators, and sellers, etc., navigate the complex real estate landscape with honesty, transparency, and professionalism. Speaking from my own experience, nothing brings me greater fulfillment than guiding clients through the process of finding their dream home or successfully selling their property. It is not merely about the monetary transaction for me. It's about making a positive impact in people's lives and helping them achieve their goals. It's win-win or no deal. I have a story that goes back a few years ago. It's about a client who wanted to show their appreciation in a rather, let's say, clever manner. We had a long day of visiting homes, and by the end of it, we hadn't found a home to buy. This happened in 2021, when every house was getting multiple offers the moment it was listed. My client attempted to give me a few $100s for gas and the time I had spent with them. I politely declined the offer, of course. But here's the interesting part. This client was quite determined. They tried to discreetly place the cash in my car's glove compartment and as a way of saying thank you. However, I discovered it and returned the money to them. I strongly believe in doing what's ethical, and in real estate, a real estate agent received their compensation from the broker. Accepting extra money on the side is completely against the rules and is a definite no-no. My key takeaway here, being a realtor myself, is that it's important to approach the selection of real estate agents with care and diligence. Research and seek recommendations. Interview multiple agents and choose someone who genuinely prioritizes your needs and goals over what they can get. This is about you. By working with an agent who is dedicated to your best interests, you have someone who will guide you through the process and provide the support you need to achieve success. And that's a wrap for today's episode, dear listeners. We explored some common misconceptions in real estate and shed light on the truth behind them. From debunking the belief about renting versus buying, to the myth that real estate agents are solely driven by financial gain. We challenge these stereotypes and provided valuable insight along the way. I trust that by uncovering these misconceptions, we're giving you the knowledge to make more informed decisions and navigate the real estate landscape with confidence. Remember, knowledge is power, and I am here to arm you with the knowledge you need to succeed in your real estate endeavors. So, if you found this episode helpful and want to continue learning and staying updated on all things real estate, we invite you to follow us on your favorite podcast platform. By subscribing to our show, you'll never miss an episode packed with valuable insights, expert interviews, and practical tips to guide you through your real estate journey. I love hearing from our listeners. If you have any questions, comments, topic suggestions, or real estate stories to share, please reach out to us. You can follow me on my social media pages. Just search for Long's Real Estate, local realtor in Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada. I will also save the links in the description of this video. Until then, remember, in Las Vegas and Henderson, the odds are always in your favor when you have the right real estate agent by your side. Thank you for joining us today. See you next week.